Welcome back to Entertainment This Week, a new weekly program from DM Reviews where on Sunday nights we go over the top headlines in movie and TV shows from the past week. This is the third Entertainment This Week episode, so make sure to check out the previous two, which you can find on the channel. Before I get into the news, I would just like to point out that there are timestamps which you can find in the description, so if you are worried about spoilers or if you are only interested in certain news headlines, I advise you check the description so you can skip to the ones you want or skip the ones you don't want. Also, make sure to like and subscribe and follow DM Reviews on Twitter, link should be in the description. Also, make sure to check out Demerit Commissions in the Discord server below for great thumbnails, profile pictures, film backgrounds, and so much more. Make sure to stick around for the end of the video where I will tease what videos we have in store for the rest of the week. So without further ado, let's get into the news. Firstly, the long-awaited trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home is rumored to finally release at CinemaCon, which will take place from tomorrow to August 26th. However, the rumor does suggest that the trailer will only be released for convention attendees, although it seems highly unlikely Marvel will wait much longer to release the trailer for the general public after releasing it at CinemaCon. My prediction is that this rumor is correct, and the trailer will be released for the public sometimes next week. Especially if they release any of the big names that they might actually have in this movie in the trailer, then it will definitely get leaked online, like if Tobey Maguire shows up, or Andrew Garfield, or Charlie Cox, who I would love to see in this movie because I'm a huge fan of Daredevil. I have a couple videos on the channel you should check out. I love Daredevil, the Netflix show, so I would be thrilled if he's in this trailer. So if him or any of the other Spider-Men are in this trailer, there's no way that they can keep that a secret. And I'm assuming if it's in the trailer, they want to be a surprise. But my guess is they won't put that in the trailer, and if that is in fact in the movie, that will be something they release that's something that they're going to wait to show in the movie. So Kevin Feige was recently on the Phase Zero podcast from comicbook.com, and he said that there will in fact be a trailer for this movie before the movie comes out. And that is quite the relief, since I was starting to worry they wouldn't release any footage before the movie comes out. That seems to be a valid concern, but he did say that that will be the case, but he did not. I don't think he confirmed that this December 17th release date will in fact happen, so I think that will be dependent on how Shang Chi does and other stuff. So, in the same interview, Kevin Feige confirmed that Ironheart, played by Dominique Thorne, will make her MCU debut in Black Panther 2. The character will also be getting her own Disney Plus show, for which a release date has not yet been provided. This news definitely excites me, but there is a little part of me that's worried that they just need to cram everything into Black Panther 2 as possible, because they don't really know where to go from there, which is completely understandable, but if that's the case, I'd rather they just postpone the movie rather than put a bunch of random stuff in it. But I'm just going to assume that this is I'm going to be optimistic and just assume that this is because they think she can help the story, which obviously I'm very happy about. Another thing that Kevin Feige was asked during this interview was if we could ever see a crossover between Marvel and DC, to which he replied to never say never. Personally, I don't think we're going to get one anytime soon, and I think he was just saying this to mess with us, but it's kind of fun to think about, but I'm not really going to think about it too much. The last bit of information we got from this interview was regarding Deadpool 3. Kevin Feige said that they do have a release window in mind and that the script is in active development from Ryan Reynolds and the entire writer's room on that movie. It's kind of hard to figure out if that's in Phase 4 or Phase 5 because they released the entire lineup for Phase 4. Then at Disney Investor Day, they released a bunch of other things that they're making, but they didn't say if that was 4 or 5. And then they announced Deadpool 3. So it's very difficult to know when Deadpool 3 is taking place. My guess is that will be a Phase 5 project, and that will get in 4 or 5 years around, which is upsetting, but it's better than not getting one at all. So I'm just happy that we are getting a Deadpool 3, which seems to be rated R, but it is in the MCU, which is exciting. In other Deadpool news, Josh Brolin, who played Cable in Deadpool 2, and he also played Thanos, said that Fox had a 4-movie plan for Cable, and he doesn't know yet if Marvel will continue Cable's story. Firstly, it's very fun. It's fun to think that and it's good to think that Fox was so excited about Deadpool. They were probably planning on making 5, 6 of these movies, so I'm happy that they were I'm just happy that they clearly had so much faith in the Deadpool character, and I hope that Marvel also has that. But I would love to see Cable come into the MCU along with Deadpool, and I would love a few jokes about it. We sound like Thanos. If he ever meets characters who were in Infinity War and Endgame, if Spider-Man ever meets him, it's wait a second, you sounded like Thanos. That would be very funny, but I really hope they bring back a majority of the supporting cast from the 2 Deadpool movies, since they all really worked very well, and it seems very integral to the Deadpool character to bring back all these characters. In other Marvel news, Anthony Mackie has officially signed on to star in Captain America 4, as he will play the titular character since at the end of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he had officially taken on the mantle of Captain America. It has already been reported that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier showrunner Malcolm Spellman had been hired to write the film, and don't be surprised to see other familiar faces from the series make an appearance, such as Sharon Carter, because she seemed to be taking a villainous turn in the end credit scene, or Bucky, but I would put much more money on Sharon appearing than Bucky. In addition to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, another Marvel Disney Plus show's continuation just got a lot more clear, as Collider has reported that the previously announced Loki Season 2 has officially begun development, and the search for a new director to replace Kate Herron, who will not be returning for the second season, will begin shortly. My guess is that this season will be a part of Marvel Phase 5, because I think that the events of Loki Season 1 will affect things that we see later in Phase 4, and also it'll take a while to film because they don't even have a director yet, so my guess is that this will not be something that we see until like 2025 around, my guess, maybe around 2025, maybe 2024, 2026, that area. This past Thursday, we got the final trailer for The Eternals, which is still slated to release in theaters on November 5th. We did not do a trailer breakdown for this trailer because, for the main reason being, we were all busy, and also none of us really read the comics that much, so this stuff is very vague to us. So we have learned some stuff about it, but we do not know nearly about this as many other people, so it did not seem worth it. So, but we did do one for the first trailer breakdown, which I think we did pretty good job on. A lot of that stuff we did our research and we found out some stuff, and we had some pretty interesting ideas about the movie could be like. So make sure to check that one out. But this trailer did feature a jaw-dropping look at these Celestials. I have one up on the screen, I think, at the moment. And it gave more into what this movie is actually about, because the last one just showed us some cool shots, but it didn't really show us what would happen. So this one gave us what the plot seems to be about, and finally, it answered why the Eternals did not help out the Avengers with Thanos. That was a big question I had after the first trailer, and this one actually gave a decent answer for that one, so I'm happy that they're not just going to avoid that question. Shang Chi is set to release in theaters a week from Friday, and at the premiere, they confirmed that Ben Kingsley will be in the movie. In Iron Man 3, he played the fake Mandarin, and the real one is set to appear in this movie. He's last seen in a prison being confronted by the Ten Rings, most likely sent by the real Mandarin, and the Ten Rings organization will also be in this movie, returning from the first Iron Man movie. The early reviews are in for Shang-Chi, and they are all very positive. They all promise great characters and some of the MCU's best action in years. There are rumors that Venom 2 may be delayed again. After just last week, the movie was delayed to October 15th. My guess is this decision will be heavily influenced by the box office performance of Shang-Chi. In other superhero movie news, a Black Canary spin-off movie is in the works at HBO Max, with Journey Smollett set to reprise her role from the critically acclaimed movie Birds of Prey. The movie will be directed by Misha Green, and a release window has not yet been given. Carl Weathers, who plays Greef Karga in The Mandalorian, said that Season 3 of the hit Disney Plus Star Wars show will start filming next month, and this in all likelihood means he will reprise his role in that season, which shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. In other news, The Walking Dead's final season is halfway done with filming, meaning that they only have 12 episodes left to film of the final season, which premieres tonight at AMC. The final two parts of the three-part final season are both scheduled to release on AMC in 2022, and will both be followed by plenty more spin-offs, in addition to the 2 current spin-offs. Although one of them will probably be over by the time that the main show ends. In other Walking Dead universe news, new photos have been released from the season 2 of The Walking Dead World Beyond, which will serve as The Walking Dead spin-off's final season. The most noticeable photo, which I have on the screen, features Hope being taken by CRM soldiers, which I believe has been confirmed to be in the season 2 premiere. If you want more Walking Dead stuff, just make sure to stick around till the end of the video, because I do have a bit more to discuss. The final installment in the main Fast and Furious franchise will consist of 2 parts, the first of which has been announced for release in April of 2023. This will not be the end of the franchise, though, as a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw is in production, and they have announced that Cypher, who was played by Charlize Theron, will be getting her own spin-offs, which I don't think that has a release date yet, but that will be coming, so it does not seem like this will be the end of the franchise, rather just the end of the main thing. Kind of like The Walking Dead, where they're ending the main show, but there's plenty of other stuff going on. It seems as if the upcoming James Bond film, No Time to Die, will be unable to be delayed again, as with each delay, the studio has lost millions in marketing. The film is currently scheduled to release on October 8th, and it seems like it's going to stick there. The 1989 hit film Field of Dreams is set to get a TV adaptation at Peacock from Michael Schur, most well known for The Office, Parks and Recreation, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Good Place, and much more. All those shows I really like, but they all have a very specific feel, so expect a very similar tone for this show. Netflix is reportedly closing in on a deal for the rights to make a 4th season to the cancelled NBC show Manifest, which is cancelled due to falling ratings. This is probably for the best because I know the creator said that the show was designed as a 4-season run, which means that a lot of the unanswered questions have remained unanswered and were probably going to be answered in season 4, and I'm pretty sure the show has gained quite the following since being put on Netflix, so a season 4 is probably for the best and will be very exciting for most fans. The first 3 seasons of the show are currently available on Netflix, and I believe the 3rd season is available on Peacock. the heavily anticipated final season of Attack on Titan will debut in January of 2022, which is very exciting because it's coming very soon. So that is it for the news from this past week. Now on to what we have coming later this week. Later tonight at 8:30, we should have a video coming out where I rank all 10 seasons of The Walking Dead in anticipation of the show's final season, which premieres tonight on AMC at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Thursday, we should have a video out where I will give my personal rankings of the 7 most recent live-action Spider-Man movies, which is the 3 Tobey Maguire movies, the 2 Andrew Garfield movies, and the 2 most recent Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And that is all in anticipation of Spider-Man No Way Home, which should be releasing in December. And then on Saturday night, we should have a review out of Vivo. If you're excited for all of that and more, make sure to comment and subscribe so you won't miss it. Well, comment if you're excited for them and then subscribe so you won't miss it. Make sure to comment what you thought of all this news and which piece